Okay, and we are back once again. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to the stream. Apologies for that. We did have some technical issues. So getting back to where we were talking about first choice targets. Now, Harry Kane, Erik Ten Hag's first choice striking signing this season. We have lost out on his signing. We have pulled out of any potential deal, unfortunately, and we will be going for different options. Whether that's a cheaper option, whether that's going to be a Hojlund, a Kolo, it remains to be seen what will happen in regard to that. I can see Lucky Singh back in the comments. Thank you, man. Let me know. Everything seems to be running a lot smoother. I don't know what happened there, so apologies for that. Technical issues on the channel. Yeah, I mean, it's just Google, as always, not working for me. YouTube as well does not like doing it at all for me. So, in regards to transfer news coming out, so it's literally just come out in the last couple of minutes, from Chris Wheeler of the Daily Mail. Now, he has said a new centre-back and a winger joining Manchester United this summer completely depends on player sales. That's not great news. I think we need to sell players, of course. We want to see some players brought in early doors. We want to see striker brought in, midfielder brought in, goalkeeper brought in. I think those are non-negotiable signings. I think we need all of them without a shadow of a doubt. That starts off with the striking position, where we were just talking about. Kolo is a target. Gonzalo Ramos is a target. Rasmus Hojlund is a target. Those are the most likely. When we're talking about Harry Kane, we're talking about Victor Osimhen being out of our price range. We are talking that we will be spending under £100 million on a striker. So, how do we feel about that? I think we're looking at bringing somebody younger in, bringing somebody less experienced, less known into the club. And I think that's where we're going to be going with this. How do we feel about it? I mean, I feel pretty open-minded. I want to see a striker brought in, of course. That has to be the main target. That has to be what we want to see brought in. So important that we bring that player in. We need the goal scorers. We need someone at the top end of the pitch adding those goals. I think we've had a much better season last year if we had a proper goal scorer. I think goalkeeper, absolutely non-negotiable. We need those signings. We need a goalkeeper to come in who can be strong off his line, command his penalty box well, have good distribution. That is essential. Goal scorer at the other end to put the ball in the back of the net. The team needs to be improved at the top and bottom of the pitch. And then we look at the middle as well. Midfielders certainly going to be needed. Talking about Mason Mount coming in, Moses Caicedo is another potential option. He probably will be very expensive though, and we have to go up against some real big spenders if we want to get Moses Caicedo in this transfer window. Chelsea heavily linked, Arsenal are linked. Those teams will back their manager with big funds, more funds than what we can offer Erik Ten Hag at the moment. If we are looking at sales, we have to look at our recent history. They are not great. It is not a great recent history for Manchester United in regards to sales. We have basically only managed to sell Daniel James in the last 10 years for a profit. That needs to change. That needs to change this season, this summer transfer window. So important that we go out, sell the right players, get them moved on, get some money into the club. We can then invest that money back into the team. Any more thoughts, guys? Get them down below in the comments. We are running a poll as well. Will Erik Ten Hag be screwed this summer? The options are yes, no, and no, but he will not get his first choice targets. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think most likely Erik Ten Hag probably will not get all of his first choice targets. So we could say that by its very definition is Erik Ten Hag being screwed out of this. And if that does happen, I would be very, very disappointed, because we're talking about a man who has come in to a club that was on the floor, had an impossible situation with a club captain who he could not pick anymore, who did not fit his team, with Cristiano Ronaldo there, who had to be gotten rid of. We also had Marcus Rashford drop off in form. He was disciplined throughout the season. He's had to deal with Jadon Sancho with his issues, needing to leave the club for a while to go and work on his mental health. Erik Ten Hag has dealt with the takeover. He's dealt with injuries with a tiny squad. He has gone up against some of the best teams. He has won a trophy. He has finished in the top 4. What do we need to do? We need to back that man. That's what we have to do. And I think if we don't get him his first choice targets, I think he will be disappointed. I think we will be disappointed. I want to see United go out and have a really, really good transfer window this time around. I want to see us go out, first choice targets, players in to improve this team. Look at the likes of Hojlund, Kolo, Gonzalo Ramos. They're going to come in, young players. They will improve this team. They will add goals. And the best thing is, because they're young, they will continue to get better. So they might come in and improve as they go along as well. Gonzalo Ramos, for instance, could come in next season, score between 15 to 20 goals. Season after, he's still only 22. He might score 20 goals. Then all of a sudden, you have a guy here for the next 5, 6, 7 years who's going to score 20 plus goals a season. I think if we go for Harry Kane, yeah, he will get you more goals in the short term, but it's a short-term signing. We're talking about a guy who's 30 years old. So I do think it's good we have walked away from any potential Harry Kane deal on two bases. Those of course being his age. At 30, he will start to regress. And at 30, he's not worth the money Daniel Levy wants. As good as he is, I can't justify spending 100 plus million pounds when our budget is 100 million on Harry Kane. We cannot justify that. We cannot spend the entire budget on Harry Kane. Go into next season with only David De Gea as our first choice goalkeeper, with Casemiro and Eriksen being our only two pivot players. That is a recipe for disaster. And we've seen this time again under Glazer ownership. We've had a good season. We've gone out, not invested in the next summer transfer window, and we fall further behind. We've seen this with Ollie. We've seen it with Jose Mourinho. We cannot afford this to happen this season. Regardless of any takeovers come in, we have to go out. We have to improve this team this season. We have to keep on moving because this is the most competitive the Premier League probably will ever have been. I mean, we're talking City, probably literally come off winning a treble. We have Arsenal, who finished well above us in the league this season. Newcastle are going out buying Nicolo Barella to play with Bruno Guimaraes and James Maddison in the midfield. We got Liverpool going out buying a whole new midfield. We've got Chelsea, who will spend another £5 billion on 750 players. And Manchester United, we are pulling out of first choice signings left, right and centre. So we have to back the manager in this case. We have to give Erik Ten Hag what he needs to succeed. So important that we do. But any more thoughts, guys, get them into the comments. Keep voting on the poll as well. Will Erik Ten Hag be screwed in this upcoming transfer window? The options are yes, no and no, but he will not get his first choices. That is what we're asking you guys. Let me know what you think on the poll. At the moment, we have 57% of you guys are saying yes, he will be screwed in this transfer window. That's not good. And I think the bottom pick, I think not getting your first choices, it kind of is screwing him over as well to a certain degree. Now, doesn't mean the backup options are not great. I mean, Lisandro Martinez, he wasn't the first choice last year. It was Jurriën Timber. Leach has come in and I wouldn't replace him with anybody. Casemiro, we probably wanted to get De Jong, but I wouldn't replace Casemiro. I think second choice players can be very good, but it's a real statement of intent if you go out and get the manager exactly who he wants. Pep Guardiola, if he hands a list of 722 players to Man City's ownership, they will buy him all 722 of those players. That's what we have to do. Back the manager to that extent, but we will not be paying ridiculous prices. And this has come out from Chris Wheeler. Now, we are talking strikers. We are talking the most important position for United to strengthen in this summer. Some people might say Glazernomics. Some people might say this is to be expected. But Manchester United will not meet any asking prices for Harry Kane or for Victor Osimhen at all this season. So am I surprised? Absolutely not. I think that the price is there. We're talking far, far too much money for what those guys are worth. And if we're paying 150 million for Osimhen, Mbappe is the same price. I mean, come on. Lucky Singh saying, hi, I'm back. Good to see you, man. Thank you very much for sticking with us and coming back onto the stream. We will be on here probably for at least an hour or so. So good to see you with us, man. Do appreciate all the support. So let's get talking here. Let's get down to business transfer-wise. So obviously Chris Wheeler's come out. So a centre-back and a winger, not priority. They will be signed potentially with sales allowing. I would take that to mean 3 players are seen as non-negotiable. We need to get them. And that's going to be striker, goalkeeper and midfield. I completely agree. That's where we have to go and that's where we have to impress. In terms of Kim Min-jae, so Kim Min-jae is becoming a hot transfer prospect for Bayern Munich in the upcoming weeks. The German clubs are emerging as favourites for Kim Min-jae, and they are aware United are also in for the defender. Bayern, they're going to move quick. They always do. Who else is down there? Lucky Singh is saying, I'm looking for realistic pricing of 2 strikers. If we're talking in regards to realistic prices, I think Hojlund's going to cost 40 million. I think Gonzalo Ramos, we're talking 65, 70 million. If we're talking Kolomouani, probably 60 million. I think that's what we have to do. Lucky Singh is saying we have to get 2 strikers first. Yes, I think at least 1 striker, certainly 2, will be essential in this transfer window. As much as I want to sign, as much as I would like to sign, sell Anthony Martial, I don't think we will. And I think a lot of it's going to come down to his injury record. I mean, if you're a club looking at a striker and Anthony Martial is available, you're looking at a guy all of a sudden who is injured every other week. He is constantly getting injured, and that's not good for his career. That isn't good to make him an attractive player for other teams to go out and sign. But I do think Kim Min-jae could be a player we end up losing. Would be very disappointing, but of course top teams will be looking at him, and with a release clause of what, £42 million, they'll be sniffing around. And if United cannot act, we will lose out on yet another player. That's pretty much a fact. That's just how this is going to go down, and it's disappointing, but it's how it's going to be. Other than that, we are looking, of course, Mason Mount is a player we have put a bid in for today now, and this has been rejected by Chelsea straight away. £40 million was offered for Mason Mount. I'm happy enough with that. I think that's a fair valuation of Mount. I think that's why United offered it. I would like to see us go in with another bid. Romano says we will go in with another bid, so I think that's positive. I think so long as it's realistic, I think anything over 50 million, you're probably overpaying to an extent that is going to damage the rest of your transfer window. If we go out and get Mason Mount for 45, get Hojlund for 45, buy Diogo Costa for 50, sell a couple of players, go in, get a defender, maybe something like that, all of a sudden you are talking a lot better. That's what we want to see United do. It's whether or not we will do that is the big question. But we know what this club's like. We know what this club's like. We know what we do in the transfer windows. We know what is most likely going to happen. We will probably sit and wait all season on 1 or 2 players, go in for them over and over and over and over again, and maybe get them at the end of July. Lucky Singh is saying Jurrien Timber is available, guys, and he is a centre back. I mean, yeah, Jurrien Timber, absolutely brilliant defender, so talented on the ball, can carry it forward. The guy could play midfield if he wanted to. I think he prefers playing at the back because it gives him more time on the ball, but he is absolutely phenomenal, and it's the exact same. He can also fill in at right back, so a very versatile player, a very good player, and I would love to see him at Manchester United. If it's going to be Kim Min-jae, if it's going to be Axel Diassi, if it's going to be Jurrien Timber, that's a big upgrade on what we have. That means all of a sudden, no more Harry Maguire. We can sell him. Potentially Lindelof might be sold. We'll have a quality defender to come in and challenge alongside Rafael Varane. In terms of left centre-back, we're looking at Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez. So I think that's good depth, and I think we have players there who can do a good job for us. Especially if Luke Shaw, we've seen this season, he can do that left centre-back role in a 2 very nicely. And I think Luke Shaw would be a very good backup option for that left centre-back position. So that would allow us to go out, buy a backup for the right centre-back, and then we can move forward. I think it will come down to sales. Definitely will come down to sales. That will be something really important. What we need to do is get that striking position in first. We need at least 1 striker, as Lucky Singh says, as we've said all season long. We need at least 1 striker to come in. Anthony Martial, we probably should sell him. It will be difficult because people will look at this guy and say he's made of glass. He is injured every single week. Why would we want to buy him? That's going to be an issue for United. So even if we do sign him, it will be interesting. Other than that, I think Hojlund, I think Ramos, I think Vlahovic, all very good options, and then maybe we can look at a second striker. I think somebody, even like a loan signing, could be an option, a free signing for that second striking position, maybe Marcus Thuram. If we want to go interesting, have an interesting shout, a bit of a rogue shout as well, perhaps Gianluca Scamacca from West Ham on loan could be an option. They will want to move him on this season. He will be available for loan most likely, and he's a guy who's very technically good, just does not fit that West Ham team because he isn't what they want him to be. He might be big, but he's not a target man striker. Other than that, there is still plenty of stuff to get through on the show, plenty of stuff that we want to talk about. So Harry Kane, United are currently looking at other options, so we have briefly touched on that. So perhaps a Hojlund is a real option. A Kolomouani could be a real option. I think we need at least 1 striker, and I think Hojlund would be brilliant. I think Kolomouani would be brilliant. I mean, Kolo Muani, 23 goals, 17 assists. Doesn't get much better than that. I think, obviously, Bundesliga tax is a real thing. Players do not tend to do as well once they leave the Bundesliga, but I think he could be a brilliant option for us. No doubt in my mind about that whatsoever. And I think it would be good. I really do. I think what we have to do, at least one striker brought in this year. I think we do have goals in this team. I think if we bring somebody in to add more, that's going to improve us. And those 20 goals across a season, that could be the difference in finishing fifth and finishing top four, in finishing 10 points off Arsenal or going ahead of Arsenal. That's going to be the difference, in my opinion. And that's what we need to do. We need to improve those goals. Goals win matches, they get the points. Our defence is good. If we upgrade the goalkeeper, we have a very good defence, a very good build-up structure. Then we have to add the goals. That will be very important for Erik Ten Hag. He will know it himself. He will want at least one striker brought in. That's going to be absolutely massive for us if we can get that done. If we can get it done, that's what we have to hope for. Hopefully we will have some movement in the next couple of weeks in regards to that. In regards to the takeover, for anybody just joining in with us, this week Mike Keegan of the Daily Mail has said we will hopefully have some updates on the takeover this week. Hopefully the long drawn out saga could be coming to a close by the end of the week. Certainly there will be a movement in position. I would expect it as well. Probably by Friday we will hopefully see something happen. I'm sure you guys are very keen to see the back of the takeover. I am too. I want to see us moving forward. I want to see us getting on with things in the transfer window. Looking forward to next season. That's what we have to be looking out for. As well as that, guys, keep an eye out. Tomorrow there will be, of course, the Premier League fixtures dropping, and we will bring that to you guys when they are available. I'll get them up on the channel, don't worry. In regards to other stuff happening as well, we've launched a Discord for the server, for the channel, sorry. So that's an online interactive community. If you guys do want to join in, somewhere for you guys to chat amongst each other, we can talk together as well. We can post the transfer stuff and stuff about match days, takeovers as well. So completely free to join if you guys do want to hit that up after the channel. The link is in the bio. So thank you very much for that. So let's get back to business. Let's get back to the big one. We're talking takeover. Let's talk about it because it's frustrating. We are very long in this process. We wish it was over, probably. I wish it was over. But still we go on. Still we are sitting in the same position. I'm sure Sheikh Sim's getting fed up with this. I'm getting fed up with this. But we will hopefully have movement this week. So let's have a look at this here. So in regards to what Mike Keegan was saying, he says there is hope from sources close to the deal that some sort of resolution, some sort of progress will be made this week. And I think that's going to be big. I think that's really, really important that we manage to get that progress going. And hopefully it can come to an end this week because this has been going on from November. I mean, I remember it was literally the first stream I ever did on the channel. We sat and talked about it, and even then we said we needed it done early. It was meant to be done by March. We're coming halfway through June. Transfer window has opened today. We are still no further along. We've had bids. Bids have been rejected. Bids have been ignored. We have had people walk out of negotiations. We've had people threaten to walk out of negotiations. The Glazers have threatened to stay. Radcliffe says he will keep them. Sheikh Sim has said he will walk away. No more bids. I mean, everybody's playing games. Everybody is definitely up to their own tricks with this. What we need to see, honestly, as a fan base, as a club, we want to see some tangibles. We want to see the improvement. We want to see progress. We want this to happen. I mean, I'm sure you guys are the same. I'm sure you guys are sitting there thinking we want to see the takeover done. We want Qatar to come in. We want Radcliffe to come in. We want the Glazers gone. That's what we want to see. That's what we do. That's what we need. That's what we have to see in the next couple of weeks. Mike Keegan thinks there could finally be some news coming in on that one. I really hope that's the case. I really hope we manage to get some progress this week. That will be absolutely massive if it does happen. And of course, we will be bringing that to you guys live on the channel all week long. Every single day, we will be doing lives pretty much for all of summer. So you guys do want to stick around, consider hitting that sub button if you haven't already. Helps the channel and helps me bring more stuff to you guys. Lucky Singh says Qatar is close. They just need to let the Glazers know. Big money guarantees tax free. I mean, what Qatar need to do is go out and hopefully put in a sixth bid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Sheikh Jassim has said he will walk away from the negotiations. I'm sure that will be on the Glazers' mind. I'm sure he will not go in with another bid, but we want to see this done. I think when we look at where the investors are looking, when we look at what Wall Street is saying, I mean, those guys seem to be quite confident. I'll pull it up for you guys right now. I mean, Manchester United's share price has been at an all-time high this week. I mean, at the moment, it's $23, and last week it was under 20. So regardless of whether that was a fake report that came out based last week, or sorry, yesterday, based on something that a Qatari journalist had retweeted, that price is held. There is inside confidence at something happening, and I think that will mean something. I think that definitely means something in the long term. Um, Let me just check here, guys. Am I lagging again? Stocks are going up, says Lucky Singh. If you guys can let me know, am I lagging? Am I freezing? The last stream did go down because of that. I really hope it doesn't happen again. Because if it does, I might just have to leave it for tonight. But yeah, let me know if that's working. Stocks are going up. There is insider confidence, seemingly. Is it going? Qatar, Lucky Singh is saying Qatar and Darcy, Brian and Edward want the money. Yeah, I mean, they want the money. Joel and Avram don't want to sell. But I think with the rest of the family going, with everybody else threatening to go, with potential court cases, Glazers might have to sell. And that could be a dream come true for me. Jinma says, you're live. Little bit laggy, says Lucky Singh. Let me know if it keeps on happening, guys, because I'm trying to run it. It's just happened again. You know what, guys? I think I'm gonna have to leave it here. I don't think it's gonna play ball with me tonight. Tell you what, guys, I will be live tomorrow on this one. I'll try to get a fix for this one. So sorry for that, guys. I will leave the stream here, and I'll see you guys in the next one because I think it is about to crash on me.